there's the Last Dance documentary that it still seems like that's bothering Scottie Pippen. What did you make of Scottie's comments when he was on with me earlier in the week?
I'm disappointed in Scottie because he's burning every bridge. I know he has a book coming out. Listen, Scottie was a very good player. I've always liked Scottie too. I've always liked him. I've never had a disagreement or an argument with him, but he's taking shots at me. And I'm just laughing because I'm like, yo, man, you do know we're like 60 years old. We don't have beefs anymore. We're like 60. What we accomplished was 30 years ago. It's not important or significant. It was great in the day, but now it's irrelevant. So I was disappointed he's taking shots at Michael, Phil Jackson, and myself. But I understand he's got a book coming out. And I just think it's silly and stupid, to be honest with you. Listen, hey, we know you got a book coming out. Stop trying to make, take shots at big fish. He's big game hunting. You come out to myself, you come out to Mike, you come out to Phil Jackson. Hey, we know you got a book coming out, but it really just makes you look stupid and silly in the long run, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Stuff you haven't said in 30 years. Then I've been retired for 20 years. Can you imagine that? And so that stuff happened like 25, 30 years ago. And to come out now saying all these things because you have a book coming out, and I guess he has an alcohol coming out, and unfortunately we're in the business, so every jackass gonna have you on. If you're gonna say something bad about Michael Jordan or Charles Barkley or Phil Jackson, you're gonna be on every TV show, and that's the thing. I just feel sadness for him more than anything.
I didn't think there was strategy behind him, what he said about Phil Jackson. I think he's been carrying those 1.8 seconds when he sat down in that playoff game against the Knicks. And the Last Dance documentary just sort of gave a whole new generation of, hey, this is what happened to Mike, and this is what happened to Scottie. And I think he probably, it's like, I'm going to give you my episode of The Last Dance.
Well, for me, Dan, I have to take the good and the bad when people talk about Charles Barkley. I don't get to sugarcoat like everything I've did stupid in my life, the spitting incident, the DUI. People get to bring that up. I don't get to talk about how great I was at basketball without saying when people say, okay, yeah, but he did some stupid things. And that's just the way it works. Like, I got a DUI. I spit back in my day. Like, I have to take the good with the bad. And, when Michael, when he did the documentary, he had to say some things that Scottie did wrong. And Scottie was a very good basketball player, but he did some things, not having surgery, not going back in the game. When you talk about your life, my life, your life, Todd's life, every little nerd you got working for you, you don't get to say, hey, this is all the good I did. When you do things that are not good, you have to talk about those also. There's some things I'm not proud of I've done in my life, but you have to talk about those things. And it sucks when people bring them up. I'm not going to lie. It sucks when people bring them up, but hey, I've done more good than bad.